I think I know what it is.
What is it?
I think there is a problem with the immobilizer.
Uh-huh.
Which controls the fuel. Because that's what most of immobilizers do. They cut off the fuel system.
Okay.
So
All right, so that Honda code that didn't have a ground pulse on the fuel pump relay, which is this one here. As I said, you can replace the fuse box, or you can do what I did. This is how I did it. These are the coil, and there's the contact in and out. So 12 volt goes in, 12 volt comes out to the fuel pump. And these are the power and the ground. So the ground side, I didn't have any pulse. Well, it did have pulse, but it's too low. I'm gonna make it stronger ground pulse. You can either solder the wire like this. All right, so once you have done that, as you know, if you put power and ground, it energizes the coil inside, make the contact go together like that. So this is a Bosch relay. You can obtain this one from any auto parts store. They're not that expensive. This is a harness. And if you look on the back of it, there are numbers written on it. And this is number 30, 87A, which is normally closed, meaning they are connected together if you don't have any power and ground on this coil side. That's 87. So when you energize these two, power and ground, whatever you put it in here comes out of here. If you disconnect the power, 87A gets connected to number 30. So in this case, we want ground pulse, so we're going to put ground on number 30. So when you energize these two coils, power and ground, this gets ground. So that gets connected to this coil side that's supposed to have ground. This, we're going to put that to 87. Alright, so this is a socket that connects like this. But in the case, we do not need 87A. So I'm going to get rid of this 87A. I don't have the middle pin, which I don't need. The white and black, that's the coil side. So I'm going to put this to the ignition wire. This one to the ground. So when you turn the ignition on, it energizes the coil by putting 12 volt on this white wire. And a black wire will be grounded. Along with number 30, which is this one here, in this case, in the socket. It is a blue wire. So blue wire and a black wire we're going to put to the ground. So when you put ignition power here, you get the ground out on this yellow wire, which I will hook it up to this relay's ground side, which is this one. So ignition on this car, 87 or 80, 86, 2003 up to 2007, it's the same diagram. I'm going to show you online what it looked like. This picture is from DEI's website. They kind of have a blurry picture. This is an ignition harness on the back of the ignition cylinder. It's supposed to be a black-yellow wire right here by the arrow, and you're going to tap onto that white wire from the Bosch relay, and that goes to this wire. Be sure to fuse it so you don't burn out nothing, just in case something shorts out. So you're going to hook that white wire to black-yellow wire on the ignition. So conclusion is you put this back into the socket. Actually, it's supposed to be this way, I believe. So this wire is supposed to be on the top. This. And you put this back into the fuse box. And this black wire, we're going to hook it up to the blue wire, which is, no, I'm sorry, yellow wire, which is the output. And that's 87. And blue wire, which is number 30, we're going to put to the ground along with coil side ground. And this white wire, we're going to hook it up to the blue-yellow wire on the ignition output from the key cylinder. So when you turn the ignition on, this gets energized, gets applied power to ground to the relay output, and that's going to trigger this relay so you get the fuel pump working. And that's how I did it.